Entry-level marketing. We are expanding and looking for motivated individuals. Hourly pay. Paid training from day one. Flexible schedule. Clear growth opportunities. No prior experience required. Every June, thousands of graduates apply for jobs like this, thinking they're starting a career in marketing. 6 months later, a lot of them are standing in a Costco trying to sell phone plans. This is the first video in a series about the modern job market and how it preys on people looking to work in it. We're starting with one of the most common traps, the one that almost every marketing or business graduate sees on LinkedIn within the first year out of school. The ad you just heard wasn't for a marketing job. It wasn't for a branding job. It wasn't a communications job. It wasn't a social media job. It was for a kiosk in a Costco, or a folding table outside of Best Buy, or a clipboard at someone's front door at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. The product changes, phone plans, cable upgrades, warehouse club memberships, solar contracts, energy resellers, fiber internet. But the job is the same. You will stand somewhere uncomfortable in clothes you paid for, in a car that you paid gas for, and you will try to sign strangers up for things. The word marketing was in the job title because if the title said commission only door-to-door sales, not many people are going to apply. And here's the part that should make you angry. The people applying aren't stupid. They're new graduates, they're career changers, they're people who just got laid off. They saw a job ad on LinkedIn or Indeed or on their university's career portal, and the ad said marketing, and they trusted it. This video is going to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. The recruiting pitch is really good, and that's the part that nobody talks about. So, you apply on LinkedIn, a recruiter calls you within 48 hours. The interview is real. The office is real. It has a receptionist. It has a whiteboard. The owner wears a suit. He tells you about his own career arc and how he started in the same position that you're in right now, but now he runs the office. He shows you the promotion ladder. 3 months, you're a brand sales associate. 6 months, you're a marketing sales associate. 12 to 18 months, you might be even able to open your own office. So he invites you to spend a day shadowing the team. You agree. You show up the next morning in the office expecting to observe a marketing campaign in progress. Instead, you get thrown into a car with a senior associate and you drive to Sam's Club. You spend 8 hours watching him sign up people for memberships. At the end of the day, the owner asks you how you felt about it. You say it was interesting, but then, surprise, he offers you the job. And you take it because the alternative is another 4 months of unanswered applications and you still need to make rent. You take it because the office looked real. You take it because it sounded like a promotion ladder was well structured. You take it because you're 18 months into running your own office. This is a real career path, or so you think, and you're only 23. You think you've got the time. That's who gets caught, not idiots, people in a tough spot, presented with something that really looks like an opportunity. The promotion ladder is the trick. These are 6 job titles from one office's career page. They are not 6 different jobs. They are just the same job listed 6 times with different vocabulary. They exist because they're rungs. You start at an entry-level marketing. After the next few months, you get promoted to the next one, and then the next one, then the next one. Eventually, you have the opportunity to open your own office, which means you sublicense under the same parent network the original office sublicensed under. You now sit at the top of your own team of entry-level associates doing the kiosk work you were just doing. But this time, you take a cut of their sales. You forward your obligations up the chain. That is a pyramid-shaped object. Not multi-level marketing exactly, because nobody buys a product to participate. But structurally, it's pretty similar. Income at the top depends on recruiting bodies at the bottom. Bodies at the bottom do the labor. The math doesn't work for the people standing at the kiosk, which is why the system needs a constant supply of fresh recruits to replace the old ones who quit. Pull up any Glassdoor or Reddit thread from former associates if you want the gory details. At this point, you might be wondering how this exists in 2026 without anyone shutting it down. The answer is that it does not survive because no one's noticed. It survives because the legal category is slippery. The product is real, the customer is real, the office is real. Someone really does sign up for internet phone service, energy, cable, or warehouse membership. The problem is not that nothing is being sold. The problem is the distance between the job ad and the actual job. That phrasing sounds like branding. It sounds like events. It sounds like customer engagement. But in this industry, it usually means indoor sales. Cydcor describes its own model as customer acquisition through in person sales and a network of independently owned sales companies. Smart Circle describes itself as face to face marketing, in person customer acquisition, and independent sales companies. These two are the big examples of the source of where a lot of these types of jobs come from. Now, critics online have called these companies in a broader world. They call it a Devilcorp. Now, this is not the legal category. It is not a formal industry term. It is the nickname that former workers and other people in communities use for this family of direct sales offices, management training promises, retail kiosks, door to door campaigns, and constantly shifting local company names. And once you know that word, the whole thing's open up. You find the same complaints over and over: misleading job titles, vague client language, a shadow day where the job is revealed, promotion ladders that turn into salespeople, and that turns into recruiters, local offices that appear, disappear, and then reappear under new names. The company will tell you this is sales training, it's entrepreneurship, it's leadership development. You get a chance to run your own office. And maybe one person in the room actually gets there, but the machine needs 20 people at the bottom to keep that one person moving up. This is the pyramid shaped part of the model. Not necessarily a pyramid scheme in a legal sense. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the shape matters because if the bottom is always turning over, the business does not just need customers, it needs applicants. That is why the job ads never stop. Now, this is the part to remember. The ad will tell you what it is if you know what you're looking for. Number one, the phrase face to face marketing or in person marketing. Real marketing is mediated: mail, search, content, social. Face to face marketing usually is the industry euphemism for in person sales. Number two, vague references to retail partners or Fortune 500 clients with zero names attached. Real B2B firms usually give you something concrete: named clients, case studies, industries, campaign examples, or actual work. If all you get is Fortune 500 clients with no names or no specifics, that's a flag. Number three, a career page with 5 or more job titles that describe the same job. Read 3 in a row, and if they sound interchangeable, that's because they are. Number four, no experience required, paired with a promise of management in 6 to 12 months. Real management roles take years and are gated by demonstrated work. 6 months to management means 6 months to recruiting your own downline. Number five, stock photography of suited 20 somethings high fiving in a glass conference room. Reverse image search it. The same shot will be on 4 other websites in the same network. Number six, the LinkedIn ad is posted by a third party recruiter at a firm you've never heard of, hiring for a company you've never heard of. The recruiting is usually outsourced because the churn rate is too high for internal HR to keep up. Now, bonus because the universe is generous. If the homepage testimonials are attributed to dead figures, uh, like the one I found, here, Walt Disney left a glowing 5-star review on a website that I pulled up this week. He died in 1966. Some of these companies are not even trying. If you see 3 of these in one job ad, close the tab. If you see 5, the ad isn't a marketing job, it's for a marketing office. You now know more about this industry than 90% of the people who will apply to one of these jobs this year. That is the part that makes it work. Not that these companies are clever, not that the recruiting is sophisticated. They survive because almost nobody knows the category exists. So every June, a new wave of graduates enters the labor market: communication majors, marketing majors, business majors. Heck, you might even get one of those liberal arts majors who took a branding class and figured they'd try the field. The pipeline will never dry up. The recruiting never has to slow down. The offices don't even hide. They post on LinkedIn, they post on Indeed, they post on university career boards, they sponsor career fairs. They look like real companies because on paper, they are real companies. The only thing separating them from a real marketing employer is what the work actually looks like when you show up on Monday morning. You'll know now. That's the whole point. Every year, thousands of graduates start looking for their first marketing job, and every year, these companies are waiting for them. Different logos, different office names, same script. but now you've seen the script. One thing before you go. This isn't isolated to marketing, sales, insurance, real estate, construction, finance. Every industry has its own version of the same trap. Same structure, different uniforms, the shape repeats. Once you've seen it, you'll start spotting it everywhere. This is the first video in a series. Next time we're going to go somewhere darker. The offices in this video at least exist. They are real LLCs with real suite numbers in real buildings. The next category doesn't even bother with that. Fake recruiters working for fake companies sending job offers designed to harvest your credentials, calendar links from firms that don't actually exist, LinkedIn profiles built last week, sign in pages that capture your Facebook password the second you click, and the targeting is specific. They go after active job seekers because active job seekers are tired, hopeful, and most likely the ones to click. Subscribe if you want that one in your feed when it drops. That's all I got.